Three, two, one, go.
Hello, everybody. This is Chris Spinner.
And this is Harold Sullivan. Welcome to the Sullivan Project podcast. Let me clear the throat there a little bit there. What's up, Chris? How you doing?
All right.
We had an exciting day a couple days ago. Let's make sure I got the camera going there.
Yeah.
Sometimes people tell me I got my chest instead of my up in my face. I got my chin. You know, and you saw the camera I'm dealing with. I got this little Kodak uh, digital camera. But it makes a sound when you turn it off and on. So I got that part figured out. Sometimes though, when I was first using it, I wasn't recording. I couldn't tell if I was recording or not. But before we get into meeting up, which that was pretty exciting, we had another wrestler pass away. I don't know if you remember the Iron Sheik. You ever heard of him?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus. A couple weeks ago here, it was superstar Billy Graham. It's like every week now, there's a wrestler dying. So we got the Iron Sheik that just passed away. So I got to mention that. And then remember we were talking about Supernatural a couple of podcasts ago. I forgot to mention that guy who plays Castiel, Misha Collins. He's on a new show, Gotham Knights. It's about Batman, another Batman show. But he actually plays Harvey Dent, the guy that becomes Two Face. Batman. So I want
Yeah.
to let people know that in case they're a fan of his. That's what he's on now. Uh, it's called Gotham Knights. So, but yeah, Billy Graham, and then we got Iron Sheik, and they were just talking about the Iron Sheik. It's like they talk about somebody on TV, then they die. that, well, that happened with Madden. Remember John Madden? I think Franco
Yeah.
Harris didn't Franco Harris die too
Did he? I think so.
recently? Yeah, all these people they're coming out in the spotlight and boom, they're dying.
He
But
did his shopping all the time up at Giant Eagle where I used to work.
oh, who was that? Franco?
Franco Harris.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I met him when I was a real little kid. There was an organization called Easter Seals. You remember that?
Yeah.
And
I remember that.
I met the team. It was in the early '80s. It was Terry Bradshaw, Lynn Swan. It was one of the Super Bowl team. And I
Yeah, Lynn
remember,
Swan was a regular up there too. I got his autograph.
oh man, see, I had on the football. I had the whole team, and then my mom had this. She was with this guy, and I kid you not, one day when I came home, I had four stepsisters. He had four daughters. They tore the football up. I don't know how they tore it up. It was stuffing and everything, just pieces of leather. It was an NFL football in a box I had sitting on my shelf for years, signed by like the Super Bowl team, and it was destroyed. I mean, that would have been worth a lot of money. Not that I would have sold it, but I remember I walked up to him, and then he picked me up and held me because I couldn't walk. I was real little. And my legs were hurt even back then. But I do remember Franco Harris. God bless him and everybody else. You know what I mean? But yeah. So this is actually part two. So we did a little video the other day about a 1 minute. The bus driver, her name was Tweety Bird. We used to call her. I actually knew her years ago. So 30 some years ago, when I lived up in the projects called Limar, that's where I met Danny and Dan, who've been on the podcast. So that lady there, remember the lady who picked me up the other day? She lived up there, so she remembered me. But she shot that little video just to get a little picture of you and me and show people Chris. So y'all check that out. It's Chris and I reunite after almost 35 years. Part one. This will be part two when we get to the talking. So we'll do. This is gonna be a two-parter. But I wanted to show people at least they can see. I can't see you because I haven't. I'm blind now. I've been blind for 2 years now. In case people haven't tuned in before. But that's to get up to date on that. So yeah, so we met. I caught the bus out, or I got a van out to Wendy's, and you and your mom came out. And your mom was getting prescriptions for a little bit, and then she came down and uh, met up with us for a little bit right at the end there. But so we had some food, and the weather was good, right? What was
Yeah,
that?
the weather was good.
What was that? Like? What was it like after all these years seeing me? I mean, you saw a picture. I sent you a picture a few months ago on the phone, right? But what was it like? Like the first, was it different or am I pretty much the same? Like as you
Oh, I
remember?
don't know. Just
Older?
oh yeah, we all get older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I remember you though. Yeah, I still remember you young though because I haven't seen you grow up. You know what I mean? So in my mind, your voice, well, your voice kind of still sounds the same too. Yeah. So I still remember you being 13 or whatever, 12 or whatever, because we're a couple years apart. Yeah. But what do I? I mean, I just look older, pretty much the same size and that though, huh?
Yeah, pretty much the same size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My autoimmune disease, I just couldn't really grow after a certain age, I guess. What was it like though? I mean, just coming in and seeing me sitting there. Any words on that?
That was good to see you.
It was different, yeah. Were you nervous or anything, or was it just cool, just like we always were?
It's cool.
Yeah. Well, that's good. You seemed a little. Were you a little down? Like, were you a little tired the last couple of days, like that day and the day before that, or you seemed a little off, or maybe you medicate. Maybe you had to get some medication. You're off.
Oh, I was fine.
Just tired, a little quiet. You're always pretty quiet. That's one thing, though. We're always pretty quiet. Men usually are, though, right? Unless we got something really to say, we don't really just. Yeah, 'cause I didn't know it was different for me too. But I'm just, hey, I'm just eating. I'm just trying to do the best with that. You see, I got an antenna fork that I use. Uh, it pulls out like an antenna, so I can reach my mouth with it.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever I gotta get by, you know. The straw had that strawberry. I got the milkshake all over me like a little kid. The strawberry frosty, but it was good. I hadn't had one of them for years. Hey, I cherish that. You know what I mean? I'm glad that we got to meet. How did your mom? What would she think? Was she tickled? Like, did she was she happy for us and stuff?
Yeah, she's happy we got to see each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice. Yeah, I'm glad she got to come. And I was just thinking about that today. Like I asked her if I don't mind. And she's my second mom. Because my mom's gone. I mean, she's gone, but so your mom's kind of the closest I got now. So to ask her if she don't mind taking on a second. We're all brothers and sisters. We're all related anyway. So you're my brother. You know, so I could call her mom or just what am I call her, Mrs. Stringer? Yeah. So
She won't care if you call her mom.
I yeah.
No, she won't care.
I mean, because yeah, you all been so nice to me, and I remember years ago you came and picked me up and took me to your place. So
Yeah, you were over here a few times. Yeah.
your mom, your dad, he's gone now, right? So
Yeah, my dad's passed on.
Jesus,
Yeah.
and you never had any siblings, right? So it's just you and your mom.
Just me.
Well, you got me and your mom, so don't forget that. You always got me too. So and I got you. So hey, amen, right? That's
Yeah,
what I'm
amen
happy.
indeed.
I'm happy on that because yeah, I mean, this is great here. And the bus driver was happy too. She said, "Y'all should do this. Hey, we will when we can. We'll find something else or whatever." Well, that's the first time. Yeah, I've been blind 2 years and I've only gone out and done that a couple of times now. It's like twice that I've gone to go out to eat. So
Really?
yeah, so
That's
it's
a shame.
it's been a while, but hey, that's okay. I appreciated it. I smelled everything. I took in the sunlight. It felt good, the warm. Everybody's energy.
Yeah.
I could feel everybody in there, even though I couldn't see them. That's what's kind of scary too. You can't see the people, but you can feel them, and you know they're all around you. So I'm learning how to deal with that. And if I'm around you more, then I'll be able to pick up when you walk right in. I'll be able to tell it's you without seeing you. I just have to get your energy. Kind of have to realize it, recognize it, because that's how blind people do. I didn't know. I'm like I was amazed at them. How do they get by? But I'm figuring it out a little bit. So we had some food. Oh yeah, and then Halloween. I want to tell you about that. Yeah, I did get Alexa to finally tell me. It says Halloween returns. You brought that up the other day. You said on Facebook. Your friend on Facebook.
Yeah, my friend on Facebook.
Yeah. So only thing I can find out about it is Marcus Dunstan. Now isn't he the one that did Saw? Didn't he direct the first couple of Saws? Right.
Uh,
It sounds familiar, Dunstan. Was
Sounds familiar. Yeah.
wasn't it like Marcus Dunstan and Marcus Nicepool? It was two Marcuses, right? Or Nicepool, or however, that did the first couple Saws. But
Is he doing Halloween
yeah, that's what they're saying.
returns?
Yep. So you know, But Adam Green is a good director and writer, and he had part to do with the last couple of Halloweens. So I mean, I don't know. And it's supposed to be, if this is the right plot, it's saying it's Halloween 1 and 2, and then they're picking up this right after that. Well, that's what they just did with the last trilogy. So unless it's the same plot, that's what you know what I mean? They're mixing it up. But we don't need another one Halloween 1 and 2 and then pick up after that. Just do something else. I mean, this is stupid. Why did they
Yeah,
just
I mean,
keep.
they did Halloween 4, and then they did,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, the new Halloween series, the new ones that just came out, were supposed to be Halloween 1 and 2, and then, or even after 1, and then it was supposed to pick up the one with Jamie Lee Curtis, the new ones. But that's not how it happened. It was like the real life version of the movies, and the movies were supposed to be versions, like the movie versions of a reality. That's what it was. That's what I took from it. But yeah, so we got that. Uh, whenever you see your friend, give him one of them cards or the podcast card, so
Yeah.
he can check it out on there, and he can listen to us and stuff, and he can let people know. Anyway, we can get people to come on, and if you want to be on the podcast or you want to talk to Chris or I or anybody else, or have any comments or want to share stuff, it's the Sullivan Project podcast on YouTube, Harold Sullivan 78, on TikTok, Harold Sullivan 78, and Facebook, Harold Sullivan period 35, and you can call in the show 724-513-1472. Yeah, I took Chris some swag, some podcast cards, and then I got that little vial of oil. Did you take that out yet? It's a little roll on. It's essential oil, and that one I call Mother's Love. I kind of named it after Friday the 13th. So it's gonna be like Jason,
Yeah.
Jason, Mrs. Voorhees. I have another one I named Supernatural after the show Supernatural. Most of the ones I'm doing are just like Crystal, and I have a couple I named after people that passed away that I knew. But that one I was thinking, well, how about I do a Crystal Lake? But it's called Mother's Love, so anybody can wear it, male, female, however anybody identifies. They don't have to like Jason or Friday the 13th, because it smells. It's a good oil. It's blessed. Each all the oils I do got a little bit of holy water, a drop of holy water. So, did you take that out and smell it? You want to take it out and smell it and let people know how it smells?
Yeah, I didn't do it yet, but I will.
Okay. You had the box there with you?
Now, the box is up on the patio. I'm downstairs right now.
Oh, okay.
I'll look through it. Yeah.
Okay, because I was gonna get the do the unboxing here while we're on the podcast. Well, what did you go through? What was in? Well, you got the Crystal Lake sign, right?
Yeah, I got that.
Okay, so that's it's a prop replica from Part Two. I've had it for a few years. I got online. What is it? It's a different color though, right? In the Part Two, it was red, right? Was it a reddish color?
Yeah, mine's red.
Okay, and the one I gave you, is it red too?
Yeah.
Oh, it is? Okay. See, I don't remember. So it's kind of pretty much a good replica of the one in Part 2?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Like the one, what's her name? What was her name? I liked her. She was a cute one in Part 2. She got killed and they were doing it right in the woods or whatever. What was her name? They stopped at the phone booth. Remember the girl's name? And she found the sign and then picked it up and looked at it?
Marta Cober.
Yeah, but what was her name in the movie?
Sandra.
Yeah, Sandra. See, you knew her. The actress's names. See, I knew you would. But yeah, Sandra. I don't even think she uh, wasn't wearing a bra in that movie, right?
Incoming call.
Who's that?
Plus 12034.
I don't know who
I don't know
that
who's that.
Oh, somebody's calling me. Oh, it's probably about my bus ride for tomorrow, because I gotta go to try to get a caseworker, which I don't even have one. You have a caseworker, right, or a social worker?
I do, but I don't talk to her that much.
Yeah. Well, but if you need something, right, then she might be able to help you. See, I don't have mine, and ever since I've been 18, never had one, and so they could have been helping me with so much other stuff or get things. So I gotta go get an evaluation to get one of them, but I need it. I need things. I need to get stuff. So I'm gonna do that tomorrow.
Yeah, it must be hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if I don't know it's available, I'm the only one that can call to figure it out, and unless people tell me, you know. But yeah, so that Crystal Lake sign. So yeah, yeah, Sandra, I liked her. She was one of the cuter ones. But then yeah, they just wanted to have sex in that movie. And then Jason got her. What did he get her with? How did she die? They were doing it,
He got the spear.
right? Oh, right through both of them. That's right. Yeah, because he was on top of her and she was looking up, and then yeah, I remember her face. They did that on purpose just to get a rise out of you, you know. Remember how in Jason X, then that same thing happened whenever that guy and that girl were in there, and Jason came in, and then the blood splattered on the girl, but Jason let the girl live to run out. And what was her name? I can't remember. That movie was.
Oh, I don't even remember anymore.
And Jason X, the girl in the future. Yeah, there was that couple that was on that, and Jason thawed out and went in and killed. Well, first he killed the girl with her face and smashed it in there. But yeah, so you got that prop replica of that, and then that painting. Did you see that Freddy painting? The little like.
Main menu. Yeah, I got the Freddy painting. Options yeah. On the screen.
Okay. Well,
Selecting contacts.
the phone's talking again because I probably got a message about my ride tomorrow. At least they called me and let me know ahead of time. Some of them bus companies, you don't even know if they're going to show up. You know. So yeah, so you like the painting? Yeah, I did that. I only had one eye when I did that. So, uh, and I'm colorblind too, or I was, like you said, you are. So most artists though are colorblind, actually. Or a lot of people that are artistic don't know certain colors, and I found that out. But you like the painting? That's the only Freddy painting I ever did, but I think it was pretty cool. The first one I tried.
Yeah, it's got a frame on it. Yeah.
And he's got that little his pose with his shoulder, his glove up over his shoulder, Robert England's famous pose. I was going to do a Jason painting, but I never got to it after that. Plus, there's not really much color in Jason. It's like just grays and white, and you know. So Freddy, I had to do the stripes and then the glove and all that. And so we had that there. And yeah, whenever you try out the oil, it's just a roll on. Just put a little roll on your skin and smell it. Oh, and I gave your mom an angel coin, a little angel token. It has a prayer or blessing on the back. And they've been giving them out for like hundreds of years, you know. So I found them online and I give them out to certain people here and there. And then I gave you the cards. And then some of them dolls. Did you look at any of them, or did you just like look at the outside a little bit?
I looked at the outside a little bit. I didn't unwrap them.
And I gave you some stands too, like so you can put them up on. You have somewhere like a mantle. That way you can, once you get them looked at, you can put them out and put the little pieces with them, the little weapons or whatever. Because they're like artwork. They're like sculptures, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. One is a Nancy one, and she's got the little phone. It's like a cordless phone. No, it's not a a corded phone like in the movie. And it's got a little tongue I got. It was like some clay and paint, and I glued it on there. This is back when I had one eye, before I lost the other eye. And then, like I said, she's kind of like Nancy Tina put together. She's got like the long sleeve T-shirt on, and then there's like slashes in it, and then the gray streak in her hair, which I had to use whiteout to do that, to get the gray streak.
Yeah, they're all neat.
Because
Yeah.
I couldn't do, see, the Barbie doll hair or the doll hair, I had to figure out ways to dye certain hair. Like when I did a Joker one, there's no doll with green hair, so some of the dolls I used Kool Aid, or some I used food coloring to actually to dye the hair if I needed to dye it different colors. So I had to figure out ways to do different things, like one of the Michael Myers there actually has had real hair that's shaved off of another doll, because if I cut the hair down, like I had to cut the hair, like do a hairstyle on a doll, I saved the pieces, because if I need the hair for another doll, I could just glue it on. So he had real hair and it's not just painted on. So, and then there's a pumpkin in there, like I said. The one Michael Myers has a little styrofoam pumpkin, or I forget if it's porcelain. Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, the phone got quiet.
Yeah, sometimes the phone gets quiet.
Oh, there you are. Yeah, and it has a little light in there with it. And then there's all kinds of little like weapons and little things I made in there. The Freddy, we did him. My brother-in-law actually helped me burn his head. and peel off layers, and then I painted so his flesh was actually, burned and peeled, and then I painted the different colors of pink and red and brown and black, all the shades, and the glove. I actually we glued on little razors and painted the different things so it looks like he has a glove hand. And then his sweater is like strips cut apart because I didn't want him to just have a clean sweater, right? So his sweater's all tore up and like just ripped up and like it has to have wear on it. I think his hat too. I think I actually burned it because Freddie's hat like had to be burned too unless he wasn't wearing it. You know what I mean? They don't say for sure was he wearing it or not wearing it. Some of the stuff he was and some he wasn't when he got burned. But yeah, there's two different Michael Myers. One has some blood coming from the eyes, uh, like in part two. It's either Freddy or Nancy. I think it might be Freddy. Has a little clay house I made, like from part three. How the girl had a Freddy dollhouse she was making out of paper mache. I made a little clay one and put it in there. It was one of the first things I made and painted the little pillars and a little door on it. So that's a little accessory that's in there. And then yeah, them stands. There's some nice stands, wooden with metal. They're 12-inch high. They're 1/6 scale. So I made over 50 of them in 2 years when I was doing that. And I still got 40 something of them here. So if anybody wants
Oh,
one,
jeez.
if anybody sends me to ship it, I'll send them. I don't want to just throw them away or just give them to anybody that's not going to appreciate them. Because some of me is glued to those literally. You know what I mean? Because I had to use super glue. I use fire. I use anything and 90 some percent of that I did on my own. Certain things that were dangerous, I had to have somebody help me with. Obviously, I actually set myself on fire twice making a hockey mask and doing something else.
Oh, jeez.
And it wasn't for one of them dolls. It was just a regular size hockey mask. Yeah, and I painted it, and then my dumb self took a match to it right after that to try to weather it, and the whole thing caught up. Ooh. So grace of God, my leg caught fire, but I didn't burn up to death. They got in here and they saved me in time. There was a 4 foot flame on the floor, literally up in the air, because the hockey mask just disintegrated and melted. So that's something. That's one of the thirty,
Yeah, that's.
one of the 30 some times I've been close to death right there. I've been on fire about 3 or 4 times.
Jeez, dude.
Yeah. So, and that was worse. I couldn't imagine somebody dying like that because I only caught a little part of me on fire. Oh, and it hurt so bad for months and months. My foot.
Oh, yeah, burns hurt really bad.
Oh, I had like a 4 inch burn on my foot. Oh, it's terrible. Hey Google, what time is it?
It's 6:26 p.m.
Oh wow, time is going by here. What was it? Six oh
Yeah.
two.
Yeah, it was 6:02.
Okay, 6:02. Hey, we're having fun though. You know what I mean? This is a good conversation here, and we had some good food. We'll do that again. You want to do? Well, we'll go somewhere else or something, or we'll figure out something in the future. Is that easy? Is that comfortable getting there on the bus like that?
Down to Wendy's?
Yeah,
Yeah.
or somewhere else close like that, or maybe a different place in that shopping center. I just picked that because wondered. I didn't know what was there, but yeah, we'll do that in the future or whatever. We'll do. Well, that's the first trial. You know what I mean? Because hey, you know what I mean. I'm glad. I wanted to hang out with you at least one more time. Almost 35 years. And people
Yeah.
go check out the last podcast. It'll be up before this one when we met at Wendy's, and I'm just happy. And I'm like I said, you're my brother. I never had a brother. Eh, I got two sisters. You never had any sisters or brothers, so yeah,
Nope,
we had.
never did.
Well, I'm close as you got, and you're close as I got. So, and yeah, your mom. I'm glad she was there. How old is she? She's got to be 70, between 70 and 80, right?
71.
Yeah. See, my mom died at 70. So she was 6 years ago. So, God bless your mom. Is she still walking? You know what I mean? God.
Yeah, she has to. They want her to exercise because of that blood clot she has in her leg.
Oh yeah. See, that ain't good.
She's taking medication for it, so it's,
I
you
don't
know.
want to get that. Yeah, I don't want to ever get one. I'm thank grace God that I don't have one. I had one because all I do is sit. I get kidney stones still all the time. Since I was 16, I've been getting them. That might be what I had the last 2 days. I've been feeling like I was gonna puke. It's just a bad pain in my side, like someone stabbed me with a knife, and then I can't eat, and I want to throw up, and But what can I do about it? I can't
I hear
exercise.
kidney stones are real painful.
Yeah, I can't exercise. So, and I drink that pop still. But it seems like no matter what, even if I don't drink as much pop, I still get them. So, what are you gonna do? The doctor said you can still get stuff. You can still be susceptible to stuff, even if you don't do it. It doesn't mean that you're not gonna you're gonna get rid of them or not. So, I don't really trust doctors, but on that one I do because yeah, I understand. I quit drinking pop for a long time, and I still get kidney stones. So it's just my body. But hey, what do we tell people? Love's a choice and so's the hate. And we'll be
Don't
back.
judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, everyone has a story, right? Me and you. Uh, we went to school. We were like 10, 12 years old. You were 12, I was 10. And look at us 30 some years later meeting up again. I mean, and me remembering your number. So God put it in my mind one day. I just was like, wait a minute. And boom, it was there. And I was like, I'm going to try to see if I can get a hold of Chris. So we'll be back again, right? We'll do this again
Yeah.
soon. Be the light, y'all.